Hey guys, I wanted to start this vlog by thanking a bunch of you who subbed in the last week. I wish I had the time to mention everyone who's subscribed since my last vlog, but some stuff happened. We had a lot of subscribers this past week, so I only have enough time to mention those of you who subbed in the last week, and those of you who have donated so far. Big thanks to Waldo, SRA Gaming, Denzer Gaming, and Panzer for donating so far. I know I have one other donator, but the Google API hasn't updated in time for this vlog, so I couldn't get your name. I'm sorry. If it was you and you're watching this now, just post in the comments section down below. And I'll make sure to mention you in my next vlog, even if it's like a month and a half away. So those of you who subbed in the last week, oh god. So we've got Clone Wolf, Chelsea Paul, Alex Galarza, Alec Blackheart, Lawson Jeffrey, Scarlet Spider, Tyreek Major, DLCG Ninja, Smithy Boy, Hulkman, Dustin H, Ninja Cake, John Jack, Lazy Bones, Gary Foreign, Armando Bellotti, Epic FaceTime, this guy, Martin Drake, Matthew Casterline, and Skullcrusher123. So thanks you guys for subscribing. If you did sub in the last week and I didn't mention you, it's probably because YouTube hasn't updated my list of subscribers yet. So yeah, I'll try and mention everybody on my next vlog, but these are all the people that I could fit in this vlog. So thanks everybody. Thanks those of you who joined in when Trident Army was raiding my stream. I really appreciate that. That's 21 people who have subbed since last week, which is the best this channel has ever done. So thank you guys, really. So I asked in a past stream if there was anything you guys wanted to ask me for this vlog, and the most vocal response that I got was, what kind of games can you guys expect to see me cover in the future here on the channel, or what kind of games I'm looking forward to. And if I would ever consider bringing retro games to the channel. And later on in this vlog, I'll give you guys a small update on what's been going on here at St. Knife Kill. But first, I want to give you guys what you asked for. What games are you looking forward to? Well, way back, Jake and I made a spreadsheet with all the games coming out this year that we were looking forward to. I might have a spreadsheet problem. Like, I really enjoy making spreadsheets. I find it very cathartic. Anyway, that list wasn't even an exhaustive list, and we've chosen to focus instead on a smaller group of games for the sake of continuity and so that we can really dig into like the meat of these games. So here I'm just going to highlight the top 3 that we're looking forward to in the immediate future here at St. Knife Kill. Number 1, World of Warcraft Legion. So the first one I'm going to mention is one that we're already kind of digging into here. I know you guys have seen me play WoW recently, but the expansion hasn't actually launched. What I've been doing is kind of scouting the new landscape of the game before I pull Jake in. Also, our original plan was to start this line of content at the beginning of August, but because we've had to push Jake's editing platform back, he still doesn't have a PC that can run World of Warcraft. So why Legion? Well, I started playing the first year that World of Warcraft came out, and for all the change it's endured, it's still one of my favorite games. But most importantly, it's a game that's way outside of Jake's typical skill set. So I'm excited to show you guys how he gets into the game, and it'll probably involve a fair amount of PvP, so I'm super excited for that. Number 2, Destiny Rise of Iron. This one is an obvious choice, and it's actually missing from the list that I mentioned before. I've already pre-ordered Rise of Iron just because I knew Jake and I were going to dive right into the new content from day one. Destiny was actually the game that got us started generating content, so we've always jumped at the chance to challenge ourselves with any new Destiny content. It's main story missions, a new PvP playlist, a new raid. So much new content, but what I'm looking forward to the most in Rise of Iron is the new exotics. Number 3, For Honor. I've personally been looking forward to this game for the better part of a year now, but Ubisoft Montreal only recently started building momentum toward their release. Starting with this past E3 where they premiered a new trailer for some Viking versus Samurai gameplay, and they recently released a bit of gameplay for the Night campaign. Though I don't know much about the scale of this game, like I don't know if it's going to be like a 3 versus 3 skirmish, or like 8 versus 8 or whatever, or like a 3-faction PvP kind of thing, or how character progression is going to work. The thing I'm most excited for in For Honor is the battle system that they're implementing here. The idea that you'll actually be able to engage with your opponent and read their attacks, defense, feint, dodge, fake, block. The idea that these encounters could feel so deep and nuanced is really cool, and I'm hoping to see a level of player that kind of just becomes like legendary in these battles. The release date as of now is February 14th, 2017, so get excited for that, guys. There's a lot of games that you guys want to see us play, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments section down below. Would you ever consider covering retro games? So the simple answer to this question is yes. I'd love to go back into some games that I was really into when I was a kid, like Super Mario, Pokemon, Super Smash Bros. On like classic consoles, and just play and tell you guys some stories about those games from my childhood. But my capture system only captures HDMI, so I would be limited to capping like a like a PC port version of these games, which I don't think would really feel the same. But if this video gets enough likes, maybe I'll start doing like smaller videos of like old classic games. Channel updates. Obviously, this is what you've been waiting for. Probably not. Anyway, we're adding a few things here to St. Knife Kill. I've been working on a Patreon page that I'll be launching soon, and some of you helped me flesh it out. If you're wondering what Patreon is, it's a website service thing, kind of like Indiegogo, GoFundMe, Kickstarter, PayPal, StreamTip, or whatever you use that lets people donate. The difference is that Patreon is meant specifically to help artists get the funds to begin and continue creating whatever it is that they want to create. So if you're thinking about starting a clothing line, or selling your paintings, or what have you, I'd recommend looking into Patreon. Another major factor that sets Patreon apart from other crowdfunding platforms is that you're not limited to only accepting single donations. You also have the option to let your donors and patrons pledge a certain amount of money. I think the lowest you can pledge is $1 a month, which is great, honestly, because per view, we make less than a cent, so even if you could pledge like 10 cents a month, you'd be supporting us 100 times more than you already are. Views are still really important, so if you can't or don't want to pledge, then the best way to help us out is to keep sharing our clips and streams with your friends, like us, and it'll share us up on Twitter. The other cool thing about Patreon is it allows you to set milestones per month. There are 3 milestones up right now, and they're all geared toward allowing me to put more time into producing content here on the channel. So they're called the Made, the Part-Time, and the Full-Time. So for example, our first milestone, the Made, would double the days that I use for producing vlogs, editing, updating our different pages, and prepping for longer format streams. Basically, right now, I only get 2 days off every week. One of those days is always a production day, where I try to do all the things that I mentioned just a second ago. But the other day, I clean apartments to make extra cash to keep things rolling here on the channel. If we can hit the Made milestone, that would free up that second day off and effectively double my production time for all of that stuff. That's about as much as I want to hype the Patreon page. I don't want to make you guys feel like this revolves around money, and I don't want to feel like this revolves around money. So that's all I'm going to say about it for now. If you guys want to know more, feel free to drop your questions in the comment section down below. That's going to be it for this vlog. It's always really fun making these for you guys and giving you a clearer look at our channel and a chance to get to know us personally. So yeah, I'll see you guys online.